My friends, tonight, I'd like to speak plainly about something that touches every American life, whether you're working, retired, young, or just finding your way in this world. I want to talk about Social Security, and more importantly, I want to talk about its future, your future. 89 years ago, in the depths of the Great Depression, our government made a promise that in your later years, you'd have a roof, a meal, and a little peace. That promise was called Social Security. It was born not out of charity, but justice. It said that after a lifetime of work, you deserve security, not scraps. But today we stand at the edge of a new kind of storm. Not one made of dust or stock market crashes, but of machines that think, robots that move, and algorithms that work faster than any man or woman ever could. The jobs of yesterday, farming, mining, factories, those changed with time. But now, even the jobs we once thought safe, office work, customer service, even writing and programming, are being done by machines that never sleep and never eat. And in the face of that, we ask, what becomes of the promise? What becomes of a system designed in 1935, when the average worker used a wrench or a plow, not a keyboard or code? The answer, my friends, is not to abandon Social Security, but to rebuild it, to transform it, to bring it into the modern age. Let me explain. First, we scrap the cap. Right now, a billionaire pays the same amount into Social Security as a person making $168,000 a year. That's not justice. That's a loophole large enough to drive a yacht through. We propose ending that cap. Everyone, rich or poor, pays their fair share. Just that change alone, economists say, would bring in over $1.4 trillion across a decade. That's money that doesn't come from the poor or the middle class. Then, we lower the retirement age. Not raise it, lower it. First to 55. Then, in phases, down to 16. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Why would a 16-year-old need Social Security? Because, friends, it's not just retirement anymore. It's transformation. It's universal basic income. A young adult today may never get the same chance at a stable job their parents had. But with a basic income built from the bones of the strongest social program we've ever had, they can choose to work, to study, to care for their family, to build. And for those worried about inflation, let me be clear. Under modern monetary theory, inflation is not the enemy, it's the thermometer. John Adams once said, "Government is instituted for the common good, for the protection, safety, prosperity, and happiness of the people, and not for the profit, honor, or private interest of any one man, family, or class of men." Our modern economy fails that test. When millions sleep on sidewalks while Wall Street breaks records, when insulin costs $300 but costs $10 to make, when the richest companies pay zero in taxes, something has gone terribly wrong. But the good news is this: the tools to fix it are already in our hands. Social Security already reaches nearly every household, a society that says we don't leave anyone behind, not the young, not the old, not the forgotten worker of the AI age. This is not a dream, it is a decision. In closing, we are not asking for revolution, we are asking for responsibility. We are not calling for new taxes on the poor. We are calling for justice from those who have benefited most from our shared labor. And we are not turning away from the future, we are turning toward it with open eyes and open arms. So let's renew the promise. Let's rebuild Social Security not as a relic of the past, but as the foundation of the future. Let it become the universal basic income that ensures no American is left behind in this new machine age. Together, let's make this century one of courage, compassion, and common good. Good night, and may your tomorrows be built on fairness and dignity.